Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A lot of folks ask me, and I see it all the time. Dual live scopes are becoming a thing that is very, very common now. And I'm going to talk about two things in this video. I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of running it on your trolling motor versus a pole, and when do I split the two, and where do I most, use it most of the time. As a whole, and I'm going to do a little short video of this where you can see it. As a whole, I like to run both of mine on the pole, on my Livefoot pole. I use it. Here's my Livefoot pole. I usually run both of mine in this orientation right here. With the perspective lined up with the forward, I use the Livefoot pole. There are times when I will split that, put one on the trolling motor, and then one on the Livefoot, both in forward positioning. I do that a lot when I'm, say, on really, really big water, like Lake Fork or something like that, Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend, Caney Lake, around here, where I'm trying to search vast amounts of open water and do it quicker. That's one of the advantages to having it on the trolling motor. It's faster. It allows you to sweep larger areas at a quicker pace. One of the disadvantages to me is the exactness of the movement. And it almost requires a non-windy day for you to use just the trolling motor. Now, when I'm using the trolling motor, I love this thing. This is one of the best things I've ever bought. It's the DD26. It's the pointer. It helps me line it up. You can't believe how much just having that pointing stick, that carbon fiber rod out in front of your boat, out in front of your head of your trolling motor, helps you really get a good straight line. I'm pretty good with lining it up off the trolling motor, but that stick has really made me very, very accurate when it comes to that. But as a whole, I don't think your movements are as exact with the trolling motor, and it really takes, you got to have almost a non-windy day. So that is one of the disadvantages, in my opinion. A lot of people love using the trolling motor, chasing and doing those things, and that's okay. They like those quicker movements of the trolling motor all the time. Now, me, I tend to like the exact movements of my Livefoot. See if I can get it on the screen there. And I will take, I have the pedal. There it is right there. Real short, and very accurate adjustments with the pedal. Like I said, I use this. They're quick, they're accurate. If it's windy, like it is today, it allows me to use the spot lock in a way in which I can lock it into place. For example, I may be locking into place on one of those trees right over there. I can lock into place, and although that spot lock is never going to be perfect, then I can put my foot on that Livefoot pedal and constantly make little small adjustments or whatever I'm trying to do, or fish, brush pile, tree, whatever. So that is why I oftentimes pretty much, I prefer the pole. But when I'm searching vast open water, I want it on that trolling motor where I can look quick. And then when I see it, a lot of times I'll hit the spot lock and then switch over to the Livefoot pole, which is just a simple tap of the button on my screen. Now, there are times when I will put the perspective mode on my trolling motor, and I'll have forward mode on my Livefoot. When does that happen? To me, that happens a lot during the spawn, because I'm really searching a lot. The post spawn, also looking for those brim beds, looking for those beds, and then I will use that forward mode a lot of times to dial in exactly which fish I'm looking for. That is a ways I split it up. But as for the most part, as we're getting into the summertime areas, I'm using the perspective mode and the forward mode almost simultaneously. I'm looking, if I'm out in open water, searching for fish, as I was with my buddy Shane Montgomery this weekend. We were out in open water, using it to follow active schools of bass. They were out there busting shad, and sometimes it's very hard when you're trying to sweep back and forth with your with forward to try to find it. I was using that Livefoot to really dial it in where they were. I could see the schools, I could see the shad, and then I knew, judging by what I had on my screen, I could line that forward up and make those very quick, accurate casts to them and do it like that. The key to my whole thing, and I sound like a daggum DD26 ad here. I do love DD26. They make a lot of great products. A lot of companies make good products. AMP makes some good products also. TH Marine makes good products, but I tend to like DD26. It's just kind of, once you get one product, you kind of get them all. The key to my adjustments, first, I put the dog bone on here. That keeps the pole stable, keeps it sturdy. But the key to my adjustments and being able to switch back and forth between the Livefoot and the trolling motor are these right here. These cable, these cable menders really keep me dialed in and able to switch the cables quickly. I mean, they literally, you just unpop them and you can move that, and then bam, bam, I move it over to the trolling motor when I move one to my trolling motor. That is how I set, looks like I got something going there, a build pump. That is how I set my trolling motor up and change with the seasons. A lot of people, and I do get it, I'm very blessed, can't afford to. If I had to choose one personally myself, I would want the Livefoot pole. Just because it allows you to use your trolling motor and you're not directly tied to your trolling motor. If you know anything about Livefoot, you know on windy days, using just the trolling motor can be very tough. It can be very aggravating, and having that ability to use spot lock, and most everybody has spot lock nowadays. And you can find some with the new Minn Kotas on the market, the new Quest. You can find some of the Ultrexes for very, very good prices right now. So if I had to choose one, I'm always going to choose the pole, but I do use both in those scenarios. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ring the bell.
And let me say, I appreciate this one guy is really over the top a little bit. What's he call himself?
I don't know.
Garmin guru.
The Garmin guru, yeah.
Yeah. And let me say, I appreciate his passion. He's really passionate about forward-facing sonar, and he's very knowledgeable. He knows his stuff. But we need to stay focused